A favorite destination, even for New Yorkers, is the venerable Metropolitan Museum of Art. On this particular day, the Met, as generally known, experiences an unusually large number of visitors. Visitors have their choice of viewing over 2 million works of art spanning 5 millennia of cultures worldwide. But some among them are up to something more sinister. And without giving away the plot, I will simply say a mysterious-looking couple enters the Met and performs a prank in front of a Marc Chagall painting. My name is MJ SIMMS MADDOX. I'm a novelist. I should say first that I am a political science professor turned novelist. Okay, yes, I taught political science for years. In fact, most of the books that I have written have a political plot. I have written what is called the Priscilla series, and it chronicles the coming of age and the adventures of a self-assured young woman who happens to be Black American. The first book in the series is called Priscilla, Engaging in the Game of Politics. And when I wrote this, I thought I was done. I never imagined that I would write a series.
Wow.
I never did.
Yeah.
But what happened after I wrote the first book, another thought came to mind, and I ended up writing a story called The Mystery in Harare. And that's the capital of Zimbabwe. And in that particular story, Priscilla gets abducted on her wedding day. That's all I'm going to say. That's the second one.
Okay.
And again, I thought I was done. But another thought came to mind for the third book called 3 Metal Pellets, as in bullets.
Okay.
And I wrote a story where Priscilla uses her public relations skills to help a presidential candidate, a hopeful to get elected to the American presidency.
Oh, wow.
And what I didn't say about the second one is some assassins were after her. That's how she got abducted. So when they didn't get her during her time in Southern Africa, they come after her in book 3, 3 Metal Pellets, when she steps out on the stage helping a presidential candidate. She becomes more visible.
Okay.
And so the assassins come after her on American soil. Okay, that's the first 3.
Okay.
Again, I thought I was done. In fact, called the first 3 books the Priscilla Trilogy, because I thought I was done. Then another thought came to mind. And what I did was I have Priscilla now as a secret agent, and she's posing as a special envoy to the United Arab Emirates, you know, over in Dubai and Sharjah and all of those Emirates. And it's very action oriented. And that particular book is best described as a thriller.
Okay.
And that was the one that for sure I knew I was done. And then, of course, the mysterious affair at the Met, which is the focus of this book fair. And this is my 5th novel, and this is the first one where nobody's chasing Priscilla. She's not on the run. There are no assassins. Nobody gets killed. This one is a story about an incident that has happened at the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And Priscilla's public relations firm is called in to help stave off the impending negative publicity that could be the scandal of the decade, if not of the century, for the Met. I think to answer that question, the best way to answer it is to tell you how I got started. About a year or so before my father died from colon cancer, and this is back in 1980, 1981. I went to visit him. We lived in Western New York in a town called Jamestown, and in the novels it's called Prendergast. But anyway, I went to visit him one day in the fall of 1980, and for whatever reason, he wanted to have a serious conversation with me. And so I pulled up the little ottoman, you know, at his knee, and he starts talking. He tells me how grateful he is about the life he's had, my mom raising my siblings and me, and how we, you know, progressed in life. But he said there was one concern that he and my mom had about me. Now, I'm 28 years of age at the time. Not 70-ish like today, but I'm 28. And he's having to tell me to start living my life to please myself and not him and my mom. And I started having dreams, recurring dreams about that conversation. And I told a girlfriend about that dream, and she said, MJ, the next time you have that dream, do what? Write it down. And that's how the first book got written.
Wow.
It was based on that dream. I wrote down the dream. One legal page turned to another legal page, turned to a legal pad, to a stack of legal pads. And before I knew it, I had written. Yes, because as a college professor and also in my other life as a public relations consultant, I always had to write. Yeah, I took it for granted.
Yeah.
I figured anybody could write. I always thought anybody could write, until obviously I start writing books. And I learned that a lot of people have difficulty writing. But in any event, yeah, I've always been a writer. But I only started doing creative writing about 20-odd years ago. Well, my editors have told me, especially starting with the first book, that it's apropos for young adult. And anybody who's interested in mysteries and thrillers. I don't know, if you're well read, you can read my books. And so I thought I was wrapping up the Priscilla series. Well, you know what happened. So the 6th installment in the Priscilla series, I'm going to release that this year. But I want to wait on the Met for the dust to settle with the Met. The 6th installment is another special envoy story. And I won't say any more about it, but she's a secret agent again, okay? So I'm going to leave that one alone without spoiling and telling you what the plot's about. I have at least 5 manuscripts on my desk to conclude the Priscilla series.